Clean. That's the word that comes to mind. No gaping wounds, just a few stray drops of blood. Every new race is eagerly embraced by the galactic community, yet for us, the keepers of law, it also means discovering novel methods of crime. As for humans, the thought of their most perilous cities sends a chill down my spine. Crimes in the galactic community were usually simple. A murder with a small claw meant the murderer was a Nazakal. A murder with a big bite had a Zanduka as a murderer. But humans were different. They'd kill you with the poison of a cremain and escape while you were trying to find the cremain. They'd kill you with a rock to the head, simulating the hit of a Naxius, leaving you wondering why a peaceful Naxius would kill someone. It would be even easier if my race was the culprit. Our voice changes with our emotions. Just ask us if we are the murderer, hearing a guilty voice say, "No, I'd never kill someone." Must be the easiest day of law enforcement. But the worst murders would be the ones when the human used their preferred weapon, a simple gun with a silencer, almost untraceable, but unequivocally human. This was done to send a message. "I have enough money to hire a human, don't come looking for me." This usually meant that we as law enforcement usually just wander around the crime scene, doing nothing, too afraid to actually find something and then leave. Thankfully, humans had experience with human crime, and their government really wanted to leave a good impression on the other species, so they'd invite the law enforcement officer of other species to teach them forensics, an entire career taking 5 standard solar cycles to complete. But whoever completed it would usually receive a promotion and a higher salary from their own government. Obviously, I signed up, achieving a grading of 556 out of 1,000. I was the best of the Xeno class of 25 F879. Still, this was my first murder committed by a human and I had to be careful, so I called the chief. "Chief, I arrived at the crime scene. It's probably a human murderer. What are your instructions?" A bit of static is heard for a moment. "Instructions, oh right, M. Couldn't hurt to leave it there?" "Chief, please, I can do it. We can do it." "Okay, give me a moment, I think I can improve your situation." He hangs. I've never heard the chief's nervous voice, but I'm not surprised. A human murderer is something that could make anyone nervous. A few moments pass. As I'm about to call him again, I hear him again, still with his nervous voice. "Verza? Here I am, Chief." "Well, I found you some help. A human law enforcement agent is nearby. If anything, she would be of great help." "Oh, okay, Chief, I guess that's okay. Sure, is the human going to be here on time?" "Yes, she's already on her way. Wait for her. Let me see how she is so you can identify her. Okay, here she is. She has white skin, red short fur on her head and green color in her eyes. Rare, even for humans. Will be easy to spot anyways. Now, don't do anything without her permission, understood? But dash. No buts. She's doing us a favor. Don't move a finger without her permission, and please don't touch anything before she arrives. Understood?" "Yes, sir." "Now, her name is Sophia. Treat her politely and don't call me. I'm going to be busy making a few calls to pay this favor. Do not call me, understood?" "Yes, sir." He sounds angry, but his nervous voice can still be heard. I don't like the idea of being babysitted by a human, but if that's the chief's condition that'd allow me to catch a human, I'll tolerate it. A few moments pass until she arrives, but there she is, just as the chief described her. She seems to be a bit shorter than him. She looks a bit agitated. Did she run to get here? She also looks dangerous. I've just been on a human crime scene. Maybe it's just my imagination. And her uniform looks a size bigger than it should be for her. Is she really a capable forensic? "Officer Sophia, over here!" "Good cycle, Officer Verza." "Okay, now she's here." Her voice sounds familiar. Maybe I heard her back in forensics class? We get in and I show her the crime scene. "Let me guess, you are not okay with being babysitted by a human, are you?" She takes me by surprise, but she's smiling. "Not really, I wanted to prove that I could do it without help." "Okay, let's do this," she says as she puts plastic protection on her shoes and some plastic gloves. "You do what you wanted to do, and if you miss anything or are about to mess something, I interfere. Is that okay for you?" "You mean disregard the procedure?" "Just bend it a little, I'm not too fond of it." I'm starting to like this human Sophia, she seems like a good person. Sure. She hands me the plastic protection for my shoes and the gloves. I'm glad humans have 5 fingers too, otherwise this could have been uncomfortable, and I begin. I pick up 3 screws near the body. This is weird, why are the screws here? Sophia reads my expression correctly. What's wrong? These screws, why are they here? There are no marks of these in the body. Her eyes dart directly above, a vent big enough for a human, just 1 screw holding it. Humans sure are something else. No wonder it is said that only a human can hunt another human. Did you take human forensics? I did, 536 out of 1,000 grading, I say proudly. She looks disappointed. Did you hear anything before arriving here? No, I didn't. I think you just missed the culprit. My jaw drops. This is the way in, not the way out. The culprit had another exit. Why are you not taking notes? My hands fly to my notes, and I write. Human didn't escape through the vents. I show her my note, she seems pleased. Good, short and clear. Do you think the murderer was scared by me? She takes her time before answering. Probably, must be a beginner. These situations could be easily handled by a more skilled assassin. This also means that this assassin might come back to clean up. You were lucky that your chief sent me here. Yes, I am, finally. After a life of bad luck, some good luck, it was about time too. I was able to scare a human assassin. This will do wonders for my self-esteem. And it's a beginner assassin, we might have a real chance of catching it. Maybe we should just leave this case. What did she say? Think about it, Verza, there's a target on your back. A human assassin won't let you go. I don't intend to do that. I am a law enforcement officer and I'll fulfill my duty to the bitter end. I kneel over the body again to keep the investigation. She stands and closes the evidence case. You should forget about this. I won't. You can leave now. I don't care how lucky I am that a human law enforcer was near exactly when we needed it. I'm a fool. After seeing it in class and holding one way back in forensic school, having a human weapon pointed directly at my back while kneeling over a victim of said weapon is a totally different experience. Shame. Bang. Even with a silencer, human weapons are really noisy. Humans say that when you are about to die you live all of your life again. I focused on what happened when I arrived here. I arrived. She went through the vent, she posed as a law enforcement agent, answered the chief's distress call, tricked him and came here to clean up. She told me to do things the way I wanted because she didn't know the procedure, wanted me to write that she didn't escape through the vent to throw off the investigation and tried to stop me from investigating. But she truly is a beginner. An experienced assassin would have known that she shot my kidney, not my heart. I can hear her closing the case, and going for the door. I should wait until she's out to call the chief and warn him, but I don't know how long I have until I pass out. She must think I'm dead. She's not looking at me. I reach for my communicator. I know he told me to not call him, but this is an emergency. I use all of the energy I have left. Chief! It's Sophia! She's the assassin! She's wearing our uniform! She's here in the crime scene! Send all units! What? Why did I hear myself twice? Why did I hear myself from the door? I really am a fool. Humans say that when you are about to die you live all of your life again. I focused on what happened when I arrived here. I arrived. She went through the vent, she posed as a law enforcement agent, answered the chief's distress call, tricked him and she went to the station, killed the chief, took his communicator to waited for the fool reporting the crime scene, cut the call to find my name, created a plan to trick me, called me again to place herself here, used the chief's uniform, came here to clean up. Told me to do things the way I wanted because she didn't know the procedure, wanted me to write that she didn't escape through the vent to throw off the investigation and tried to stop me from investigating. She turns around. You deserved more than a 556 out of 1,000 grade. You are really talented. You should have listened when I told you to stop. She points the gun to my head. There are no mistakes now. She goes for the brain. I'm too weak to reach my own gun. Goodbye, Verza. Goodbye, Sophia. Bang!